What really goes on in America? Is it true that they are keeping evidence of alien life locked up in Area 51? Does every president get access to a book that's filled with all of America's secrets? I wish I had the answers to these questions. We may never find this out. But there are other American secrets that have gotten leaked over the years. Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm your host, Lindsay, and today I'm bringing you the top 10 scary American facts they don't want you to know. Starting off this countdown, we have the pollution problem. America is a huge country with a population of over 328 million people. As a result, America is said to be the second biggest polluter in the world, the first being China. But historically, the US is responsible for more emissions than any other country. It is said that the average American throws away 4.4 pounds of trash daily. That means that around 1.4 billion pounds of trash gets thrown out of the US every single day. That's crazy. It's one of the most wasteful places on the planet. But the government doesn't want you to know these statistics. Instead, they want you to think that they're doing their part to combat climate change. Meanwhile, they are a huge polluter. On top of this, the US military is also a huge polluter. In fact, it is said to cause more pollution than 100 countries combined. In 2017, the US military bought about 270,000 barrels of oil a day. Its fuel usage alone results in more carbon dioxide than most medium-sized countries. Moving on to number 9, we have the ongoing waste. This next fact shocked me. So, since America has so much waste, they actually dump their trash into poor, undeveloped countries. These countries then have to deal with the waste and sort it and discard of it themselves. In 2018, Malaysia imported about 435 million pounds of plastic scrap from the US. Last year, about 68,000 containers filled with American plastic recycling was sent to undeveloped countries. The sad part is that most of the recyclables are contaminated with food or dirt, making it non-recyclable, meaning all this garbage is being piled up in other countries. In Hanoi, Vietnam, a woman named Nguyen Hong Tham is among other workers that get paid only $6.50 a day, and they have to sort through America's recycling. She claims that outside of her home, it's just filled with garbage, from Cheeto bags to plastic bags to candy wrappers. She spends her days digging through the heaps, separating the recyclables from the trash. In 2019, 187 countries signed a treaty giving nations the power to block the import of contaminated or hard-to-recycle plastic trash. US was among the few countries not to sign the treaty. Making our way down the list at number 8, we have the spy kitties. Okay, this one is kind of funny, I can't lie. In the late 60s, the CIA put millions of dollars into research. What were they researching? Well, they wanted to see if cats could be trained spies. Yep. They planned to train cats to spy on the Soviet Union, but this was a huge fail. They called this Operation Acoustic Kitty. Basically, they implanted a microphone in the cat's ear and a radio transmitter in the cat's skull. Their plan was to have the cat lurk near foreign officials to pick up on their private conversations. But this went terribly wrong. During their first test, the cat wandered into the street and got struck and killed by a car. So yeah, they wasted millions of dollars with that plan. Coming in at number 7, we have the archived tweets. Since 2006, the Library of Congress has been keeping every single public tweet. That's right, the Library of Congress has a record of every tweet ever made. In 2013, they had more than 170 billion tweets saved, which is quite creepy. But they claim that they're doing this to preserve a record of knowledge. Yeah, okay, because tweets are really that important. But don't worry, in 2017, they said that they will no longer be keeping every single tweet. They now will be more selective with the ones that make it to the archives, meaning only tweets surrounding big events or themes will be saved. Still, it's pretty creepy knowing that your tweets have been saved and people can access them in the future. Like, imagine all the embarrassing tweets that are probably saved in the archives. In the future, someone's gonna read them and spend hours trying to decipher them all. Like, what is hashtag YOLO? What do you think that meant? Moving on to number 6, we have the lobotomies. Back in the day, lobotomies were thought to cure severe mental illnesses. But the way that they were first conducted in the States were quite terrifying. In 1936, a neurosurgeon named Walter Freeman performed the first lobotomy in the US. Basically, It consisted of him drilling 2 holes in a person's skull and then sticking in a needle and swishing it back and forth. This was supposed to cut all the bad connections in the brain. He performed about 2,500 lobotomies before he was banned from doing so. A lot of people suffered from brain hemorrhaging or brain damage, and then other people even lost their lives. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with the healthcare system. In America, the 3rd leading cause of death is from medical errors. That's right. This is something that most US doctors don't want you to know. A study in 2018 concluded that more than 250,000 people in the US die every year from medical errors. Other reports think that it's as high as 440,000 people. Some of the medical mistakes include error in judgment or care, a system defect, computer breakdowns, and mix-ups with the doses or types of medications administered to patients. One sad case of a medical error surrounds a 2-year-old girl named Emily Jerry. After finally being declared cancer-free, Emily's doctors wanted one more chemo treatment just to be sure. On the day of her final treatment, the technician filled her intravenous bag with more than 20 times the recommended dose of sodium chloride. This caused her to lose her life. Coming in at number 4, we have the firearms problem. So we all know that firearms are a huge problem in the United States. But what you may not have known is that more children die in the US from firearms than anywhere else in the world. Death by guns is the 2nd leading cause of death for kids. The first one being car crashes and the 3rd being cancer. Yeah, cancer kills less kids than guns in the States. In 2016, more than 3,000 children died from gun-related deaths. Only a small portion of that was from school shootings. It's sad, but if the states had better gun control, then tons of kids would still be alive today. Moving on to number 3, we have prison life. The United States incarcerates more people than any other country. Currently, there are around 2.2 million people behind bars. What's sad is that some of these inmates have a lengthy sentence for minor crimes that they committed. One reason for the high numbers is because of America's tough-on-crime attitude. Some prisoners are locked up for life for non-violent crimes. Because of this high number, overcrowding is a huge problem that they are facing. There are so many people being convicted and sent to jail, but not enough space for them. Now, it's said that 21% of incarcerated people are sentenced for a crime that takes a long time to process. So even if they are innocent, they spend a majority of their life in jail waiting to be sentenced. That is, if they can't afford bail. It is thought that more than 460,000 innocent people are in jail in America. In our second spot, we have the serial killers. America is said to have the most serial killers in the world. That's terrifying. There has been 2,320 identified serial killers in America. Now, the country with the 2nd highest amount of serial killers is England, with only 116. That's nothing compared to America with over 2,000. So out of all the serial killers in the world, 70% of them are from the US. On top of that, there is assumed to be approximately 2,000 active serial killers that have not been caught yet. So that's great. Glad I'm safe in Canada. But fun fact, or maybe it's not so fun, but it's said that an average person walks past at least 16 murderers in their lifetime. So there's that. And in our number 1 spot, we have Project Sunshine. This is a secret that the US government tried to hide from us, but eventually it got leaked. During the 1950s, the US government was using stillborn babies to conduct radiation tests on. They wanted to determine the effects that radiation would have on humans and how much they could withstand. They called this Project Sunshine. Turns out that the parents of these children were never told that these tests were being conducted on their child. It's very sad and unethical. So basically, they were stealing body parts and tissues from morgues, particularly that of young children or babies, and then they ran tests on them. It is said that more than 1,500 samples were gathered worldwide. A leaked recording has caught Dr. Willard Libby, who was in on these experiments, saying, and I quote, "I don't know how to get them." He was referring to the body parts. "But I do say that it is a matter of prime importance to get them, and particularly in the young age group. So human samples are of prime importance, and if anybody knows how to do a good job of body snatching, they will really be serving their country." And that's all the comments for today's video. Let's move on to our comment shout-out portion. I'll be shouting out comments from my video, Top 10 Scary Times People Disappeared. Kat commented, "I can't believe this was 11 seconds ago." Wow, look how fast you are. I bet you have your bell notification turned on. Thank you, Kat. Gravestone commented, "At 6 seconds, I thought I saw a siren head in the background." Man, don't say that. Gosh, he's following me everywhere, okay? Me and him are close, you know? Me and Siren Head, we're close. Charlotte Wall commented, "Are you okay? Because you were crying in the vid." I was crying? When was I crying? I wasn't crying. Maybe it just looked like it because of the lights and my face gets a little red because of the heat. But I wasn't crying. But thanks for checking up on me. I appreciate it. And that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see you when I see you.